We need a strike because this is the beginning of the attack, the worst attack on the working class. And there was a strike on the 17th of December. The call initiated by the teachers was taken up by many sections of the working class, by seamen. There were no papers on that day in Athens, so that was a group of activists, of anti-capitalist activists of the far left, that initiated the strike movement. Since then, at every step, at every one of those 6 general strikes, it has been revolutionary socialist militants that have been organizing in workplaces to make sure that the strike rallies are huge. The contingent of the anti-capitalist left has led every one of the demonstrations on the days of general strike. It has been the role to make it be. So, when we think of the events in Greece, we have to pay tribute to all the rank and file militants that have played this important role in organizing every step of the strike movement. At the same time, the role of the anti-capitalist left has been very important in providing a political lead, not just in being the most militant people in the workplaces, but also in trying to answer the government pressure, the government propaganda that says, well, we can understand you are angry. You know, we have a Labour-type government in Greece. PASOK was elected back in October on the promise that they wouldn't cut wages, as opposed to the Tory government that had initiated the attacks last autumn. They went back, and they're trying to excuse themselves. They say, well, of course we don't like to cut wages. We can understand people are angry, but it is necessary. There's no alternative. There's nothing else we can do. We have to implement the agreement with the IMF and the European Union, and the people who are out striking, well, what else? What's the alternative? And it's been the anti-capitalist left that is providing the answer to this propaganda. When they put this question, what we say is there is an alternative. The money is there. It's the money that you're giving to the bankers. Stop paying the debt. Stop paying the bankers. There's the money to pay the workers, to pay the workers, to pay the schools. It is estimated in Greece that the Greek state pays 1 billion euros every week to service the debt. Now this is a huge amount. It's a huge amount. 50 billion euros every year. If they stop paying 50 billion euros, then clearly the funding is there to stop the cuts and start reversing this terrible situation. So, it's been an ongoing debate, a crucial political debate, to start convincing people who are out in the streets, who go on strike, who want to escalate the action, that alongside their militancy and the strikes, they have to develop their political ideas, the anti-capitalist ideas, and this is beginning to happen. There are indications, there are even opinion polls, who are not the most reliable indications, show that 32% of people in Greece are in favor of stopping to pay the debt. 48% are in favor of nationalizing the banks. And 72% say we don't trust the IMF and the European Union, they should get out of Greece Greece should break the agreement with the European Union and the IMF. Now, these are huge percentages. 2/3 are opposed to the IMF. Half of people say nationalize the banks, and 1/3 say, right, cut the funding, stop paying for the debt, and that will provoke a crisis that the bankers will have to pay for the crisis, not us. So this is a vital political battle that we have to carry forward, to elaborate on these demands, to have an anti-capitalist program, to say that yes, we have to nationalize the banks and we have to fight for workers' control over the nationalized banks. There's no other way you can make sure that the rich will start paying, because we know how they organize tax evasion. We know how they use the lack of controls over capital flood. And we have to take steps so that workers can stop these tricks used by the bosses. We have to say, yes, the banking system has to be nationalized, and we have to fight that the nationalized system will be under workers' control. Comrades who have come out of Greece to meet at the invitation of people have come back with pictures of how important the struggle in Greece is in the eyes of workers around the world. And I'd like to end on this. We gain in Greece inspiration by the solidarity that we are seeing in other countries. I'd like to take the opportunity here to thank the comrades of the International Socialist Tendency for taking the initiative to organize meetings in a number of countries where they have invited speakers from Greece. The list is impressive. We've had Greek speakers invited by the IST in Toronto and Seoul, in Belgrade, Vienna and Prague, as well as London, Manchester, Glasgow and Dundee. We thank all these comrades for organizing these meetings. It is certainly important for us in Greece to receive solidarity like that. But I think a Greek-type wave is going to hit many, many countries as the crisis is getting worse. Everything that we see, the latest developments indicate that everywhere, governments and ruling classes are preparing for a future where it is either a deeper recession or deeper cuts or both. This kind of deepening of the crisis is ahead of us, and it will produce in many, many countries a response that is similar to Greece. So our task is to make sure that we organize revolutionaries everywhere so that they can respond to this deepening of the crisis. Let's make sure, comrades, that the revolutionary tradition of Marx and Lenin and Trotsky, of Cliff and Chris Harman, inspires the way revolutionary socialists try to respond to this deepening of the crisis in the coming months. It's been a great strength to us in Greece to be part of that tradition. I think it will be a strength for everyone, everywhere, no matter where they face this situation. Thanks.